everybody. I'm June Weiner, otherwise known as the Casual Gourmet. And after a couple of years, I'm so happy to be back here with you and in my own kitchen. And I like that because I have everything around me that I need at my fingertips. I think we'll have a little fun today. I was thinking what kind of a theme we should do. And with the holidays coming up, I thought, how about breakfast or brunch? So it saves you can volunteer to have breakfast or brunch instead of doing the whole big dinner. So I'm going to show you some interesting ideas for brunch, okay? So bear with me. Okay, I've got some puff pastry sheets here. And don't be afraid of these. Sometimes they're hard to use, but if you use them gingerly with a lot of flour, you won't have a problem. Dan and I were in Croatia this summer, and I actually had these at a restaurant there. So I said, that'd make a pretty good idea for a breakfast show. So first you got to put a lot of flour on my cutting board here, and then open up the puff pastry gingerly here. Okay, so you've got a square piece here, but we're going to have to put a lot more flour on there because I'm going to roll it out to have 4 bigger pieces, 4 bigger squares. I'll show you what we're going to do with those. Doesn't that look interesting? I got everything ready for you before you came, but I'll explain everything as we go along. Okay, I've got a rolling pin here. Put some flour on that. Now you don't want to make it too big. And you want it to be square, but just enough to. Okay, that's fine. You can roll it out some more, of course, but this is going to be good. Now, I'm going to cut it in 4 squares like this. Now, in order to make a nice little lip around it so that it holds whatever product you're going to put in the middle, you score it like maybe a ½ inch from the edge of each square. Okay. Who doesn't like puff pastry? Of course, it's made with butter, a lot of butter. So even Danny likes this. Well, he won't like what we put on it, but he does like puff pastry. Okay, Croatia, what a beautiful country that is. I hope you have a chance to visit it. It's absolutely beautiful. And swimming in the Aegean Sea, nothing like it. They have a national park there it's got beautiful waterfalls, and it's like the most visited national park in Europe. It's in Croatia. So feel free to call us if you want to book a trip to Croatia, of course. All right, now my little puff pastry tarts are ready to go. I'm going to take my baking sheet here, and I'm going to find some room to put it here. My kitchen is very efficient, but it's not big. Okay, so you're going to place each square. I put parchment paper here. This pan is supposed to be non-stick, but I don't believe them. It sticks sometimes. So I'm going to place these nicely here. And then we're going to pop this into the oven for about 12 minutes. We're not cooking them through because I want to take them out and put all of my toppings on there and then bake them again. But for right now, we need to have it bake just a little bit. So I'm going to put it in the oven. It's a 400-degree oven, so maybe about 12 minutes. I'll set the timer. Okay, so when we hear that go off, we'll know to take it out of the oven. Now, of course, I have to take a minute to clean my board here, so please excuse me. While my puff pastry is baking a little bit, I'm going to show you, here's something else for a brunch that's pretty easy to make, and actually this is what I have for breakfast every morning too. And I'm using a trophy that I won playing tennis. 1998, well that was a few years ago, but I'm still playing. I don't have as many trophies now, but I figured this is a pretty good glass to show you what I'm going to do. You can use any glass actually. So I'm going to show you how to make a yogurt parfait. So I happen to have lime yogurt right here. Okay, so I'm going to put it into the glass like this. And now, this is my homemade granola. I think I made it for you the last episode. But all it is 2 cups of oatmeal, a cup of, well, you could use walnuts or pecans or almonds, whatever nuts you prefer. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and a little bit of salt and a little package of applesauce. They come in packages of 6, and this is the unsweetened applesauce. So you mix all of that together, and you can either put 1/4 of a cup of honey or 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup, whatever you have on hand. And of course you have to bake it maybe 325 for about 40 minutes. And then when it comes out, I add some craisins. You could put raisins in there or any other kind of dried fruit. I like craisins. And it makes a couple weeks worth anyway, and it's very healthy. So I'm putting this into the cup. Boy, that's good. There you go. Now, just to make it a little more interesting, add some fresh fruit on the top. Today I had some orange segments and some grapes. I mean, berries would be wonderful, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, any kind of berries, but today I had little orange segments and grapes. I guess you could cut up some apples or pears or whatever too. So, doesn't that look terrific? So that's part of our brunch. Well, the buzzer has gone off. I'm going to pull my puff pastry tarts out of the oven. Now, as I explained, they're not fully cooked yet, while keeping the edges extended a little bit or puffed up a little bit so I can have a border to put my toppings on. Okay. So I'm going to make 2 different kinds. Cheese. I love Gruyere cheese. It melts beautifully. It's got a nice bite to it, like a nutty bite to it. And I buy it in a bar, but then I shave it myself. I put it in the food processor. So this is Gruyere cheese. If you don't have Gruyere, you can use Swiss or whatever cheese you want. So I'm putting Gruyere cheese here. Gruyere. I'll do it on these 2 guys here. That's another reason why I put some paper, parchment paper, because I don't want it sticking to cheese to stick to my pan either. Okay. And now the next thing is I chopped up some spinach. This is fresh spinach. Don't tell Danny, because he doesn't like spinach, but he eats it. How was your sandwich today, Dan? Great. I don't say a word. I don't say a word. Okay, so we got Gruyere here. We got spinach, chopped spinach. How about a little bacon around the edges? Ooh, that's pretty good. Let's do this. Like that. Here we go again. Alrighty. Okay, now let's move to these guys. I'm going to use a different kind of cheese because I'm going to use ham and mushrooms. So I'm using cheddar cheese, which I grated myself, because when you buy those packages, I don't think they're that good. I don't think the cheese is that good. So, and it's just as easy to melt your own, and it's probably a lot less expensive too. And we're looking for that lately. All right, let's add some ham. This is just shaved boiled ham. We'll spread that around here. And I love mushrooms. Of course, Dan doesn't like mushrooms. Now, I bet you're wondering what goes next. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put an egg on top of each tart here. I'm going to make some room for it though. Make like a little well so that it doesn't run off. But even if it runs off, that's okay. And I'm going to make a little well. Okay. So hopefully I don't break the egg. There's one. So let me start here. Ha ha! First one it's broken. Well, that's okay. There goes my reputation. How did that happen? Oops. Catching myself here. Can we do this again? Okay. The egg whites are running over a little bit, but that's okay. At least you'll get the idea. It won't be that pretty maybe, but it takes a little practice, I'm sure. Okay, so Julia Child made a few mistakes in her shows too. Okay, now I'm going to wipe my hands here. And I think we need a little salt and pepper. Salt, pepper, just for the top of it. This one's kind of a mess. You don't need a lot of salt for the bacon ones, but, well, the ham's kind of salty too, but okay. I like a lot of pepper, but of course Dan doesn't like pepper. I love him though. He's so good. Okay, this is going to go into the same oven, 400 degrees, probably for about 20 minutes anyway. We'll check it somewhere in between. And I got made a mess of this one, but these guys look pretty good. Okay, here they go. Bet you're wondering what the surprise is, huh? Oh, I didn't tell you there was a surprise? I have a new way to cook French toast. I said we're having brunch, breakfast. We have to have French toast. But this is a little different kind of a French toast. So I'm going to heat up my frying pan here. Okay? I'm going to put a little... The frying pan is the self-stick stuff or no-stick stuff. And it says to use butter instead of spray. I don't know why, but the spray doesn't work very well with it. So I'm going to get some butter and put that in the fry pan. All right. Let me get 2 slices of bread here. I got some nice authentic French sliced butter brioche, $5.99. I know. But you're special, so I'm using the best. And surprise, surprise, this is what, put a little butter in the pan here. This is what I'm using, melted vanilla ice cream. Ever think of that? It has eggs, it has cream, it has vanilla. Maybe we could add a little cinnamon to that. Oh, that's not a bad idea, June. And then, well, let me do that. Add a little cinnamon. This is what I like about having my own kitchen here. Everything is at my fingertips. Small but mighty. So we add a little cinnamon. Already has plenty of vanilla. And wait till you taste these. I better set the timer. I've been known to forget things. Oh, I'm sure you have too. All right. Put a little more butter, make sure this doesn't stick in the pan. I shouldn't be using a knife to do that. Okay. Okay, so I put the bread here in my little dish and soak up the vanilla ice cream. Let it absorb a little bit. And then flip it over. Maybe put a couple of scoops. If you find that you don't have enough, of course you could add a little cream or a little milk to it, but I think that's good. And I'll put it in my pan. Make sure the pan is hot. You can hear it sizzling a little bit. So I bet you never thought of that, huh? Vanilla ice cream for French toast. Someday you might run out of eggs and say, aha, I've got a little ice cream in the freezer. That's what I'll do. Here we go. Nice and crusty. Oh, they're perfect. Perfect. Oh, I wish you could smell this. So we'll wait till the other side is cooked. And I'm going to get a plate to put them on. Okay. How about putting some nice fresh banana on here? Oh my word. Oh, I wish you could smell this. It's wonderful. I hope you try this out. Know what? Even Dan would like this. There are some things in life you really got to splurge for. Maple syrup is one of them. What do you say we taste that, okay? Yeah. Okay, I don't think it's hot, too hot. Oh yeah, baby. You really have to try this. Get some good brioche bread. Get some vanilla. The vanilla ice cream I use is actually Edie's churned, but it's no sugar added. So, okay. Well, I'll finish this and then hopefully my tart will be done by then. Actually, these guys look pretty darn good, don't they? I'm going to put them on the tray and I'm going to let you visualize how wonderful these would be to cut open and eat. This one, not so much, because I broke the egg yolk, but nobody's perfect. And I feel so bad about doing that I thought I'd have a little mimosa. That's brunch too, right? A little champagne and orange juice. So I don't feel so bad anymore after I take a sip of my mimosa. That's good. All right, which one should we do? Let's see if the egg yolk is cooked properly. Probably a little overcooked. But knowing you will do it absolutely perfectly, won't you? It's kind of hot, but we'll wait till you taste it. Let's see how this guy, Yep, so I won't bake them as long next time. I had it maybe 20 minutes. I'd lower it maybe to 12 or 15 minutes, but sure looks good. Let's see what it tastes like. What's not to like? Bacon, eggs, spinach. How about a little tomato with it? Pretty darn good. Now, what did we do here today? We made some breakfast tarts, brunch tarts. We made some homemade yogurt and parfaits. We made French toast with vanilla ice cream and bananas. We had mimosa. What else is there? Just to prove to you that I do have a sense of humor. Aha! What's a good breakfast or brunch without donuts? Let me put a few, make this pretty. These are just parsley flakes. But I like to grow my own herbs, actually. I'm growing fresh thyme in my window and tarragon and all that stuff. I like to cook with fresh herbs. I hope you try some of these. I hope if you're planning a vacation, you give us a call, Galaxsea Travel. And one more thing, if you're ever at Mazee on Tuesday night, enjoy musical bingo. It's wild. That's June Weiner signing off the Casual Gourmet. Love ya.